I'm going to glaze this bird's nest today using a dark brown and a soft teal blue. So this doesn't look like brown, but after I bake it in the kiln again, it will be a dark brown like that. So I'm using a skinny brush because this is tricky. I have to get around the eggs while trying not to get the glaze on the eggs. Also, my nest has a lot of texture, which makes it tricky. So when there's a lot of texture, sometimes you've got to dab, pat, or wiggle Mr. Brush to get the glaze down into the texture. So remember we did some scraping or hatching to make our nests look like it was a similar texture to twigs. So we're gonna now have to work a little bit harder to get the glaze into that texture. Now the center of this, ooh, that's tricky. Got it down in there. And I'm getting some of the nest glaze on the eggs, and it's okay. I'm just gonna let that be. I'm just gonna try not to get it in there. What I don't wanna do is I don't want it on the bottom. I'm gonna turn this over and paint my sides, but I don't wanna get glaze on the part that touches the table because that part also will touch the shelf in the kiln. And glaze is glass. This is the chemical makeup of glass. So when I cook it again, it's gonna turn into glass and it'll be hot, melty glass while it's in the kiln. So you don't want your little nest to get melted to the kiln shelf because then I have to take a hammer and break it into a bunch of pieces to get it out. So don't glaze the bottom, just the edges, the top, the inside. All right, once you get your nest covered, your final step is your eggs, and you can use a little bit of a bigger brush for your eggs. And you want to do this nice and thick, but you're just gonna go on top of, even if you got your nest color on parts of your eggs, just go right on top of it. It won't all the way cover it, but it'll mostly cover it. All right, so first the nest, then the eggs, being real careful and not getting any on the part that touches the table, the bottom or the base of your nest. That's it.